Hello, my name is Sandra and welcome to my channel, From Lack to Legacy. On this channel, we'll be examining two things. One, how a scarcity mindset might be keeping you from getting to the bag. Actually, a scarcity mindset might be keeping you from reaching all the desires of your heart. The second thing we'll do on this channel is you'll take this journey with me. I recently started taking classes at Modern Black Girl. I'm learning to trade options and become a better overall investor. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, how to get to the bag, how to learn to trade options and make smart stock investments, if that's interesting to you, come on in, take a seat, and stick around. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share my channel. Let's get into it. Okay, I told you, I recently started taking classes at Modern Black Girl. And I have to be honest, I am not saying that this is a platform or a trading group that I'm recommending that you go out and sign up for. I like it. It's a group of young sisters who started out on Clubhouse and now they've turned it into a business, but it is a startup. And so I proceed with caution when I'm recommending them because it isn't unusual to sign up for a class and the class might be canceled or postponed and you don't find out till late. I don't hold it against them though, because the information that they are offering is such good information and they're great people. It's a wonderful story. I don't think anyone, the young lady who started the company, Tiffany, is under 30. So I'm happy to be supporting this sister in her endeavors. So if you feel so inclined, go over and check out their website, Modern Black Girl. If you're interested in learning to trade or learning how to become a better investor in the stock market. Well, here's my story. So I've been in class and I was so excited because I'm learning and things are starting to click. And I'm online and I'm making trades and I'm making a little money. I'm like, okay, things are going well. Well, I don't know if I got cocky or what, but I noticed that I took a bad trade, got in at the wrong time, jacked the exit up. I lost some money, y'all. And so I'm like, okay, that's going to happen. It can't always be wins. Well, I closed my computer, closed down for the day and started trading another day. And I made the exact same mistake. Like once you miss an entry, you've missed it. Everybody, traders know that. I know that. I had clearly missed the entry, tried to jump in, messed it all up. I didn't lose as much money, but again, I took a loss that I didn't really even have to take. I knew it was a bad trade. And I did it a third time. Third time, the exact same mistake. And I had to step back. This time it was enough, it was costly. I was bleeding money so fast, you guys. I was trying to pull the plug out of the computer like, Lord, please just shut it down. But it was a valuable lesson. I really considered that like my tuition for the day. I had paid for that lesson. But it forced me to step back, and here's what I saw. During that time, when I wasn't trading, I'm just reflecting like what would make me do that 3 times in a row. And while I was away from trading for a few days, I came upon this video. Promise. Lewis Howes, The School of Greatness. If you aren't following him on YouTube, do yourself a favor and follow him today, Lewis Howes. Well, I came across this video, and the name of the video is Money Will Flow Like Crazy, How to Manifest Success and Riches by Dr. Joe, I hope I get his name right, Dispenza. Well, this video changed my whole perspective. He brought up the topic and they were discussing scarcity mindset or a lack mindset. I was riveted. Watch this clip.
Whoever, they keep showing up, they get really worthy to receive. They feel really worthy, like I am worthy to receive this gift. And the universe only gives us what we think we're worthy of receiving, right? So we got to get to that point because so many people who are in lack somehow don't feel worthy, right? So the abundance then becomes the sign that you finally become worthy. And for the soul, it's not about the abundance. It's about mastering your worthiness. And the reflection is the things that you accumulate.
What's the strategy to start believing we're worthy of receiving now? Is there
Fill your brain with as much knowledge as possible. Listen, my dad used to say this to me all the time. He'd say, wait a second. Wait a second. Just sit down with me here. If anybody else can do it, you could do it also. Well, let's just start there. So how did these people do it? Like, let's look at what they did. Right. All right, let's study. This is a school of greatness. Let's study greatness. What is greatness? Like an uncompromising will, invincibility, lead with their heart, adapt and make changes, let go of the past, give life, live it fully and completely and embrace it and enjoy it. I don't know, whatever, you get to write the script.
Yeah.
And you tell the story of your future instead of telling the story of your past. Watch what happens.
Gosh. What's the biggest fear you've had to overcome? The thing that held you back the most?
I think for me, I grew up in poverty. And that, for me, the thing about growing up in poverty is that it's not only the fear of, do we have enough? It's also that mental expression, that narrative stays with you throughout life. And it creates that, and now we call it like deficit mentality, right? Or other kinds of things.
Scarcity.
But it's like scarcity mindset, all those things, right? And so not having enough, not being able to survive in that way is definitely been an enormous fear for me, but throughout life, because I was born into such poverty that I remember with my grandmother, she carried a bucket of water to bring to her home, right? From this tiny little spring, not having outdoor plumbing, indoor plumbing in the Dominican Republic.
Wow.
Yeah.
You grew up there?
I was there until I was 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I came to the U.S.
Sure.
And so you see that growing up, right? And there's that much scarcity that to ever go back to anything like that feels like it can happen at any time.
It's like you don't want to go back there.
Okay, so here's my takeaway from that video. And if you didn't get a chance to see the whole thing, please go back. It's long. But I had a couple takeaways. And one was that if you are trying to get your money in order, your life in order, your love life, whatever it is, if you're trying to bring it into alignment, you have to have your mind right. There's no other way. You gotta have your mind right first. And after watching that video, it occurred to me, wait a minute, you are operating out of a scarcity mindset. The only thing that was happening to me, what caused me to take those 3 bad trades, was fear of missing out. As if there wouldn't be another trade. Clearly, there's going to be another trade. You just wait. But I couldn't think rationally because my brain had kicked in, that fear kicked in, and it caused me to make 3 bad trades. I don't want that to happen to you or anybody. So before I encourage you to come and learn to trade with me, what I'm gonna say to you is that we might need to step back and make sure that you have the proper mindset. And a scarcity mindset can become your reality or come into your space and your knowing any number of ways. If you grew up in poverty, or if you grew up and came from humble beginnings, or ever experienced a time when you didn't have enough, it could be that you've carried some of that with you, and that we are always kind of operating with this undertone of it's not enough. But I'm here to tell you there is enough. I mean, it's in your mind. There is enough. The universe is vast. There's enough money. There's enough love. There's enough of everything. So a scarcity mindset actually works against us, because what it does is it puts us on this path of always searching for what we want, having or that feeling like you gotta work to get everything, and the harder our work, the better the outcome will be. That's not necessarily true. If your mind is working against you, if you're working with a scarcity mindset, sis, I had to go back and deal with that. I had to go back to like, what was the root of this? Where did it come from? And I encourage you to do the same. I'll link some resources in the in the description box below. Some of the things that I use to help me get through it. But one of the things that helped me address the scarcity mindset is a daily gratitude practice. I've always done that before I wake up in the morning, or just as I'm waking up, before I even get out of the bed. I kind of roll through my mind, what am I grateful for? And generally I can come up with 10 things. I've been doing it so long, I can rattle those things off. But what it does is it sets the tone for the day. It reminds me of how abundant my life is. I can do that every morning. I can set the tone. You can too. Set the tone, especially if you're going to be trading. You definitely don't want to head into that with a lack mindset or that fear of missing out, or it's a recipe for disaster. So while I welcome you on this journey to learn to trade with me, I want you to take care of yourself first. I want you to make sure that your mind is right. And I'll start out each video maybe with a little meditation or something each time I put a video up that addresses scarcity mindset. The next thing I'm going to be doing is taking this class. It's called From 1K to 100K. It's one of the classes that they offer at Modern Black Girl. So I'm inviting you guys, after I take the class, I'll come back and share out what I'm learning. That's all I'm doing. Let me say this, I should have said this at the top of the video. I am not an expert. I am not an expert. You are taking a journey with me. I am learning to trade. I've always been an investor, but I'm learning to pick great companies by using fundamental analysis. And I'm willing to share everything that I'm learning with you. I already paid for the class. As I learn it, I'll come back and share out with you. So the next video that you see from me will be a video titled Introduction to the Stock Market, where we start the basics, baby, the basics, like what is a stock? What is the stock market? How do I analyze a company? So stay tuned for that next video. If that sounds like something you'd like to see, comment below. Or if you're already trading and you're making money, drop some bags down in the comments, sis. Let me know. That's all I have for today. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification button too, so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. All right, sis, let's get to the money. Out.